Add this to the stream. Here we go. We're in the game. Boom, 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 boom. Make sure that I got this thing up and running. We're taking this thing live here. Let's see what we can get going. Having a little trouble getting on the Instagram here. We're not on the gram yet. Let's see what we got. All right, here we go. So, man, we're live. What's up, dude? Coach Jake here. I'm in the office. Going to talk about our core skill stuff. What we've been working on here, man. This has been crazy cool. Thanks for being here. Take a second to get going. I'm running this bad boy solo from my upstairs office. I got my dog running around here. Man, check in, drop in if you're in here. Say hello. I'm gonna try to see who all we got in here. I'm trying to check this out in the comments. What we got? Boom. Facebook user, man. I can't see on our thing. Yeah, we got our t-shirts happening. Hey, look. So we're gonna talk about core skills today, man. We're gonna try to do these weekly. Try to do one of these all the time here and just talking about different topics. Today, we're talking a lot about what we call our core skills. So core skills are, man, there's a whole lot going on with this. So we just dropped this course. We have our coaches course and our core skills thing. And this is really the two main things that we're pushing right now out to the wrestling community, because the coaches course is going to update and have a modern conversation around coaching. We have a whole lot of content going on about that. And this huge undertaking that we're on. Core skills is something that I've been spending some time with some of the coaches that are plugged into what we're doing. They're asking me a lot about this, and so we've created a core skill is like if you play baseball, it'd be like throwing, catching, fielding ground balls, running the bases, judging pop flies, right? If you're talking about football, it'd be like blocking, tackling, throwing, and catching the ball. Those type of things, running routes. So the core skills are the in between. It's the skills that unlock what we consider ironclad wrestling, right? And so we're looking at, for a long time now, wrestling has been about learning moves, learning, I would say, techniques. You learn techniques, okay? And then you can learn positions. For here in recent years, everyone said, hey, don't learn moves, learn positions, okay? And so what we're taking the next conversation is about learning skills and principles, okay? So the Ironclad Coaches course is about the principles that create the modern era of coaching, the modern era of wrestling training. And so we teach all those principles there in the core, in our coaches course, why we do the things that we're doing. And it just kind of on-ramps you into this modern understanding. But the core skills is the practical approach to that. It's kind of why we do things, and then the core skills is what we do and how we do it. And so it's a really interesting thing, and something that's been just taking a crazy amount of time, because what I found is that all coaches are like a choke point. There's a choke point in coaching where you're always you are the choke point. You're the bottleneck for information being shared. And so that's why we spend so much time talking about who the coach is and getting access to quality coaching in wrestling, because we look for a coach that was successful as an athlete, and we assume that they know how to coach. They know enough wrestling that they'll be able to share that with others, right? And there's all these. It's a huge fallacy where, like, being a successful athlete, being a successful coach are worlds apart. And then there's like 9 degrees of communication once you become a coach. Things like the coach knows it, the coach says it. The athlete was present. The athlete understands it. The athlete heard it. The athlete understands it. The athlete can comprehend it. The athlete can do the move. They can perform the move. Then later, like, the athlete can execute the move confidently. And it's all these degrees of understanding. And so what we need in all of that is access to training, access to the teaching, access to education. We need to be having conversations about communication. And so instead of that being about, what I find is the wrestling coaches are all about to lose their minds, because they're talking all the time, and they're repeating themselves all the time. And there's this fatigue around that. And so we are hijacking that so that there's not just this crazy obsession about the 2 hours a day and what happens in the 2 hours a day, what you say, how much information you can share in 2 hours a day, and all this obsession about what you need to do to make sure you get the absolute most value out of that time. Instead, we open that up to a 24-hour, 365-day a year training opportunity and technique that fits in the system. That's what all this is about. Okay. And so online training is the way, and that's what we're pushing here at Ironclad Methods. We've created a core skills structure and an assessment that goes with it, so that we can actually look at, let's say, the first core skills here. So we have 24 videos, and they're some of them are incredibly primitive. Okay. But 24 video series that talks about these different components of that we consider your core skills. 24 things that you have to learn how to do, and then we've leveled those into level 1, 2, 3, 4 to kind of get mastery. So, for instance, if we're talking about a single leg, I'm looking at let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 habits. There's a list of 5 things that you're going to do across 4 levels. So we're 20 habits. Some of those habits have a couple of things in each one of them you got to get right. But there's there's 30 things probably you got to get right on this single leg, okay, to have mastery of what we consider the Ironclad single leg. And so you have to kind of have, number one, like this awareness. This is really interesting. If your coaches are with me here and you'll ride this wave, it takes a crazy amount of mastery and then time to produce such a thing. So what we're doing here is you have this expert. So imagine, I like to talk about like lemon pie. If you have I have a 4 ingredient lemon pie that I love to make that I learned from my Meemaw. It is Meemaw's lemon pie. It's the best. You probably know how to make it. It has lemon juice, sweetened condensed milk, whipped cream, and a pie crust. That's it. 4 ingredients. Okay. And I talked about if you're a famous chef, you're Gordon Ramsay or Emeril or whoever else the famous chefs are these days. Like you probably have a 30 ingredient recipe for this world-class lemon pie or whatever, right? And you have lemon shavings and who knows what else, crazy spices and things that go in this lemon pie that make it amazing. But I have the 4-step one. So there's kind of levels to learning. If you want to be a master of lemon pies, then you have to know the 30 ingredients that you need. But you don't just need the 30 ingredients. You need how much and at what time and temperature. You need a recipe for those 30 ingredients. I hope this is making sense. You need a recipe for these mastery ingredients, okay? Ingredients in a recipe are kind of like habits in a training cycle for coaches and athletes. And so we have to take these recipes, and whether you have 4 ingredients or 8 or 12 or 16 or 30, you have to have, sorry, I'm going back and forth here between cameras, but you have to, each level of that has to still produce a lemon pie, right? In this case, the first 5 habits have to produce a single leg. And then the second level of habits, when you have 10, have to also finish with a single leg. And then the third level of habits have to also end with a single leg. And so we've taken this idea of a single leg here's why this is a really big deal is you got to practice and you're like, all right, they were working on single legs. And a lot of kids check out. They totally peace out because they're like, man, I already know how to do a single leg. Instead, we have mastery. We're showing mastery. We have a way to display and assess mastery of a single leg. And so when a kid drills and you can point out to him what's wrong, like no longer is coach the bad guy. Coach doesn't. Here's what makes this really amazing. I hope you're with me here. Is that number one? You can show, hey, Tommy, you only have 10 of the 20 habits that we need. If there's 4 levels with 5 each, okay, and we call them 20. Those again, some of those have more details inside them, but let's just say there's 20. If they only have 10, you can show they're halfway to mastery. Well, they're like now they're no longer like I know a single leg. They're like I need to learn level 3 and level 4. I need to add the next 5 to get 15, the next 5 to get to 20 habits on a single leg. This clearly incentivizes your training. If you are bench pressing and you bench press 185 pounds, then you know that you need to add 40 pounds so that you can get 2 plates on the side of that bar. You want two pies up there. You're looking to bench press 225 because that looks way cooler stacking 2 45s on each end than it does stacking a 45 and some change. And so what we can do here is like immediately we've created a roadmap for mastery across these different skills that we have predetermined to be the most important. And where this becomes incredibly powerful for coaches is no longer are you the bad guy. You're not the bad guy telling a kid, hey, you got to do this thing. You're not fighting to motivate them. You're not fighting to motivate them. You're not fighting to incentivize them. You're not fighting to encourage them to do more things or telling them that what they did is wrong. You're pointing to a list. And so now you as a coach can be the good guy because you are a facilitator of this list. It's not me versus the athlete. It's the athlete and me, and we're working together to achieve this third party thing. The list becomes the bad guy. I'm sorry, my phone is ringing. I'm about to have to jump off this. Anyways, crazy cool thing. So we've been working on this core skills thing. We're getting into these assessments with all our athletes. Really, really, really excited about it. It's going to be fantastic. If you're catching this somewhere and interested in what we're doing, please hit us up, man. Let us know. We are, we're sharing this with everybody. I was talking with some college coaches yesterday who we're going to be working on this with. If you guys are watching, two in particular that I know are thinking about this, had some chances to speak with some who's who folks in wrestling that are also excited about this because this is where the conversation is going. This is where it's headed. This is what we got to have. So we're getting this to high school programs and everything else. If you're interested in this, wherever you are, high school, college, club, doesn't matter, whatever, UWW. I mean, this is high level stuff. Please go jump in and check out the coaches course. 2022 coaches course right now, man. You can find it on ironcladmethods.com. Has all of the stuff to on-ramp you and catch you up to speed with what we're talking about here. And then naturally we'll move you into what we're doing here with our core skills and everything else. We can do this with individuals, and we can do this with your entire athlete, your individual athletes, or your entire program for way less than the cost of a wrestling camp. Way less than the cost of a wrestling camp. And it has 10, 20, 100 times the value to a program. So we're excited about this, man. This is earth-changing, revolutionary work in our sport, and we're making it available to everybody, man. We really are. And what excites me about this, I was sharing with a guy this morning, is that if we put all the information out there for everybody, we can really level the playing field in terms of equipping athletes, where the motivated athletes, the athletes willing to do the work, are successful. And then we can level the playing field among coaches so that no longer people who just know wrestling, they're not the key holders anymore. You're looking for good quality people. Coaches will have to be good coaches, like good humans, good communicators, lead by example, do things in a way that we would consider ironclad, because they're no longer the key holders of wrestling knowledge. You can find all the wrestling knowledge online, world-class wrestling knowledge, all systemized and put together one place online, curated for you. And so it's going to completely level up the game. We believe in that. And if you believe in that too, we hope that you will ride this wave with us, man. We're really excited about the work that we're doing and the progress we've been able to make. So yeah, check us out, man. If you love what we're doing and believe in it, man, give some thought to catching a subscription. Go check out all of our courses online. We just put, 2022's coaches course is out right now and it's available. You can purchase it, but we took 2020's course, which we had live. We filmed it in 2020 and produced it all last year. It was really our release for 2021. It is available right now on the subscription. So if you pay, I think it's $2.99 for the year, so less than $1 a day for the whole year, or you can pick up a $29.99 monthly subscription if you want to chip away at that. And so last year's coaches course is in there. Like, you already have access to it. That was several $100s just a few days ago. And now you get access to it if you have an online subscription. So check that out. Man, hope it helps you so much. We're really excited about it. I have a little bit of work left to do on this. And then I've got to crush this. A little bit left to do. Wish me luck, man. We're going to get back in here and study and break this down. Just kind of wanted to pop my head up and give an update to everybody out here in the wrestling community. Love you guys. Appreciate the support. And, man, we'll see you guys here soon, okay? Deuces. Boom, boom, boom. You guys are the best. Let's see. Oh, man, flipping through here. Ooh, man, boom. Hey, looking through here. Thank you for the love, dudes. Looks like we're helping some guys here. Appreciate the love. Y'all tell your friends, dude. Hopefully you guys are good there on the